Hi guys, Totallydubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review on the Lindy BNX-100. Now these headphones can be found in the UK for around £110. Link will be down in the description below in case you're interested. Now these headphones follow on from the BNX-60, which are among one of the most popular active noise cancellation headphones on the market. The reason because of that is, one, because the BNX-60s are comfortable, they sounded pretty good for the price, provided a competent ANC, and could be found for around £70 to £80. It still is the case, and therefore the BNX-100 are very much an improvement in certain respects over the BNX-60s, and therefore cost a little bit more. So inside the box, what you'll find is a hard shell carrying case which has been updated from the BNX-60. It looks a little bit more premium. The headphones themselves, which I'll get into a bit, have a bit of a more premium look. But other than that, what you'll find in the box is a little Velcro kind of pouch, which within it you'll find a 3.5mm jack interconnect. You'll find a micro USB to USB connector as well, and an airline adapter if you were to plug it in if you're going on a flight. The case itself is pretty nice and padded inside, so to provide it with protection. Now the headphones themselves have got a completely different design over the BNX-60. They very much look like a more premium set of headphones. Somewhat similar to Sony's flagships, well, the old flagships, the MDR-1000X, which a lot of people might know as around £300 headphones, at least at the time of the release. And they've got some sort of similar design on sort of the housing. It's got this kind of fabric type of design. It's just very nice to look at. But other than that, what else has changed? Well, there's a lot, to be honest. First of all, in terms of the comfort, and this is one of the negative points of the BNX-100, is that they've got an oval shaped cup. So the cup and also the ear pads are circular, which means they're not the oval shaped of the BNX-60s. Why should that cause problem? Well, simply, if you're going to be wearing them for long periods of time, or if you've got big ears like myself, what you'll find is it might be a little bit uncomfortable. More so, the clamp force of the headphones themselves is pretty stiff, which means that if you're going to be wearing glasses, like I normally do, you might even see marks on my nose because I've been wearing glasses all day, is that what you'll find is that these have a little bit more stronger clamp force. This does mean that they won't fall off your head as easily as the BNX-60s, and not to say these won't fall off your head if you start doing some really intense runs or exercise. However, these do feel a little bit more uncomfortable, at least to my head, over the BNX-60s. However, aside that, there's a lot of good points to mention. First of all, the headband assembly is made out of metal. As I said before, the finish looks a bit better. The top of the headband also looks a little bit nicer. The plastic design over here that they've got around the cup itself just looks and feels a little bit more premium rather than like a dainty kind of look that it did before. But what's more interesting over here is the features that it holds. It has a bunch of sensors which you normally would find on more expensive set of headphones, such as the Microsoft Surface headphones, which have got active noise cancellation. It's got sensors which would basically detect if these headphones are off your head. So therefore, if I have music playing like this, as soon as I get them off my head, it will pause the music and then automatically resume it when it's put back on. These headphones, however, will switch off after a long period of time of not being used in order to conserve battery, but nevertheless it's a really cool little function to have if you were to have them just quickly popping on and off. Now in terms of the charging port, you've got micro USB charging. It will take about 2 hours to charge from empty. In terms of the buttons, you've got an active noise cancellation switch which can be enabled or disabled over here. You've also got a little button over here which quickly allows you to hear ambient sound from outside. So therefore it pretty much decreases the headphones volume by 90%, and therefore you'll have 10% of music playing in the background while you quickly listen to someone talking to you, or let's say if you're crossing the road. A really quick little function there to have. However, unlike some headphones, they don't amplify exterior noise, so therefore it just still does feel a little bit more isolated because of the pads. So you still got that passive noise isolation. In terms of the other buttons, you've got volume adjustment, play, pause, and you can also answer and receive calls. Call quality is relatively good as well with the built-in microphone. In terms of battery life, now these will last around 30 hours whilst having noise cancellation enabled, but having a wired 3.5mm jack connected. If you were to disable or get rid of the cable and run them over Bluetooth, then you'll find the battery life is around 12 hours. Not sensational, but it's absolutely decent for a long haul flight, at least depends on where you're flying. So other than that, in terms of features and functionalities, I think what Lindy have done here is pretty good. However, I've still got concern about the comfort side of the BNX-100s and the fact that they still don't fold in, only that the actual drivers can swivel, but that's it, there's no other way of portability. Shouldn't cause too much of problems for some, but you know, some people like to tuck it away in a bag, and unfortunately this won't be as convenient as some other headphones out there. Now let's talk about active noise cancellation. Now active noise cancellation on these headphones is actually really good. I must say it doesn't compete with the Surface headphones, the Bose headphones, the Sony headphones or Neurophones. It's not in that sort of top tier noise cancellation league. However, for headphones around £150, I would say these are among the best that you can find in terms of active noise cancellation. And over the BNX-60s, its not predecessor, its sibling, it does cancel out highs just that little bit better. So therefore those little high-pitched sounds will be drowned out a little bit better with the BNX-100. So active noise cancellation has been improved. In terms of Bluetooth connectivity, before I move on to the sound quality, is the fact that these now, the BNX-60s also had it, but they have aptX codec. So therefore you can use these over AAC, SBC or aptX codec, which is fantastic because aptX codec enables higher resolution transmission over Bluetooth and therefore getting better quality audio. Now all of this combined does mean that you get a really nice audio quality. The overall sound quality, the sound sort of signature that you get from this is very much warm. It's no audiophile grade sort of headphones. It doesn't have very forward mids or very excellent instrument separation, but again, all relative to price, the BNX-100s are an improvement over the BNX-60s. The mids are a little bit more forward than the BNX-60s, which sound a lot more recessed and pushed down, and the highs extend just that little bit better. Instrument separation, which is surprising given the fact that the shape of the ear pads and the drivers, I must say, was a little bit better as well, at sounding a little less congested over the BNX-60s. Other than that, in terms of the bass, you've still got the same sort of bass sort of quantity. The quality is a little bit off, you've still got a bit of a wobble in the mid-bass. Sub-bass does extend but does cut off in the lower end region. And the highs again do extend a little bit better, but won't really provide that neat sparkle that you'd want to get from like a high-end flagship headphone. As I said before, instrument separation is pretty good. Tonality is pretty nice as well. It doesn't sound like a cheap sort of tinny sort of sound, and nor does it sound plasticky, even though it's made out of plastic, as in fundamentally made out of plastic. It just sounds pretty nice. So overall, what do I think about the BNX-100s? Well, I must say I'm very impressed. Lindy have done a fantastic job. It's very rare for me to actually kind of be impressed by a set of headphones, but in this case I'm really impressed with what Lindy have been able to do, and the fact these have active noise cancellation, Bluetooth aptX, look pretty nice, and have got the normal accessories and the packaging that you'd want with a set of £100 odd headphones. I think this is a fantastic set of headphones. As I said before, my only concern is the comfort, especially for those who might wear glasses like myself. And other than that, I've got no other major complaints about these headphones. So I think you should go check these out if you were in the market for buying some relatively cheap active noise cancellation headphones. And that's pretty much it. If you've got any questions, make sure you pop them down in the comments below. I always read every comment. If you like this unbiased, unpaid, unsponsored review, make sure you drop it a like and subscribe. Favorite and share, as it always helps the channel grow. Alright guys, I've been Totally Dubbed. Take care and bye bye.